Hey there, James here. Hope you're having a great day and welcome to another one of my videos. Now in this lesson we're going to carry on what we started in Beginner's Blues Licks video 1. I'm going to show you 3 more cool blues licks which are just perfect for intermediate or beginner blues players. They're packed full of essential bends and slides and double stops, all sorts of cool stuff to really help you sound like a great blues player. Now they're all played in the key of A using the A blues scale, so let's have a very quick reminder of how we play that. That's all we're going to talk about with the scale today. If you need to pause the video, then just learn it by using the tab on the screen. Then do that before you move on. So that's how you play the scale. But like I said in the first video, that's just the beginning. It's learning the bends and all the cool little moves in the scale which are really going to bring your playing to life. So as you go through these 3 licks with me now, just take note of any cool bits that you love the sound of so you can come back and really explore them later on and start to discover what you can do with them in your playing. These licks are just examples of what I might do with them. Okay, let's move on and have a listen to lick 1 now. This lick is a great example of what we call a turnaround lick. Now the turnaround is the last 2 bars of the 12-bar blues. It turns us round and takes us back to the beginning again. Now having a couple of cool turnaround licks is a great idea because it can really give you a nice tidy end to your solo. So let's check out how we play this turnaround lick now. Nothing too hard here. We're going to begin by bending the 8th fret on the B string up 2 frets. Remember that bending position we talked about in part 1 of this series? You want your thumb over, you want to be backing up this 3rd bending finger here to get a nice strong bend. So we're bending that up 2 frets. Now we're going to just mute that with our right hand. We talked about that too. We just touch it gently and let it down. See my right hand just starting to dampen the string off there. Then we're going to play 5 on the top E string, 8 down to 5 on the B, then 8, 7, 5 on the G. Notice I'm going 3, 2, 1 along that G string there. That's the fingering I like to use for this scale. To finish off this first bar, we're going to pick the 7th fret on the G string and pull it off to your first finger, which is weighting down at the 5th fret on the G string. And then play the 7th fret on the D string with your 3rd finger. That's the first bar of that lick. Let's take a look at the 2nd bar now. Not a lot going on in this one, just a couple of notes really. We're playing the 5th fret on the G string with our 1st finger. Maybe give that a bit of a downward pull, a blues curl, right at the tail end of the note like this. So you don't want to do it straight away. At the end of the note is better. Then play 7 on the D string and then 7 on the A string, and we're going to pick that note twice. So here's the whole lick. 3, 4. 3, 4. And over the backing now. 3, 4. Now to help you get the most out of this lesson, I've put the backing track on my YouTube channel. You'll find a link to it in the description below. So when you know these licks, or you want to jam around and experiment with some of the ideas in them, you can click through to that track and use the same one that I'm using here. Is this the most important blues lick ever? Quite possibly. It's a really common blues lick. All the blues legends use it in their playing a lot. So it's really important that you know this one. Let's have a close-up look at how we play it now. So here we go. We're going to start by bending up the 7th fret on the G string. We're going to bend that up 2 frets. Now, just like in the last lick, we're going to slightly mute it off with our right hand, so that when we go to the next note here on the B string, we get a nice clean sort of break between the 2 notes. We don't get this, any ringing together or anything. So bend it up, kill it off with your right hand, then move to the B string at the 5th fret and play the top E with at the 5th fret too. So you're just going to roll that first finger over a little bit like this. See, I'm just shifting that pressure. Now once you've got that, for this lick we're going to play it 4 times like this. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I am alternate picking that. Let me move into shot so you can see my picking. I would go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now some people prefer to go up, down, down. That can also work. That's probably the other best way to do it if you're not alternate picking. I'll keep on playing it my way, but use whichever way you prefer. So bar 1 of the lick is simply that little phrase played 4 times. And to finish off this lick, all we're going to do is move onto the 5th fret on the G string, a little bit of a blues curl there, and then 3rd finger on the D string at the 7th fret. Now if you check out solos by Stevie Ray Vaughan or Albert King or Jimi Hendrix or pretty much any blues player ever, you're going to see this little phrase played a lot. So get that one down. It's a really important little blues nugget. Let's have a listen to the lick one more time, played over the backing now. It's nice with this lick, it works almost anywhere in the 12-bar blues. Really versatile. Okay, time for our 3rd blues lick. Sounds like this. 3, 4. We're starting on the D string at the 7th fret. Play that with your 3rd finger and then play the 5th fret on the G string with your 1st. Now this lick starts during the counting. If you were counting it in, it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4. So it leads into the 1st bar. 3, 4. It's the kind of thing that makes the lick sound strong and like it's got some forward movement. What we're going to do next is grab the 7th fret on the G string. We're going to bend that up. Then mute it off with our little right hand muting trick, which we saw in the other video and earlier on today. Mute it off and then play the B string at the 5th fret with your 1st finger. Now we're going to do that little move 3 times. 2, 3. I would actually pick that with a down and then an up. You might find you want to do it differently, but that's what I'm going to do here. So we've got this so far. 3, 4. To finish off this bar, we're going to grab the 7th fret on the G string and bend it up 2 frets. So here's what we've got so far. Right, let's wrap this one up. Bar 2 does this. So just going down that familiar little blues scale pattern here, really. We're going 8 down to 5 on the B, 8, 7 down to 5 on the G. Then with the D string at the 7th fret, play it using your 2nd finger. This is because now we're going to use our 3rd finger up here for a bend. And it just makes it easier to get to this note, because we're going to bend the 8th fret on the B string up 2 frets. And that's lick 3. So here's the whole thing. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Right, let's hear that over the track now. 2, 3. Okay, so that's your third blues lick. Now remember, the most important thing here is to learn them well, but then to experiment. So take those favourite little bends and favourite little double stops and slides. You must take those out and see what you can do with them. Otherwise, you'll get great at copying other people's licks, but when you come to jam yourself, you'll probably find that you can't remember those licks and your playing will kind of stumble. So lots of experimentation, seeing what you can do with the nuts and bolts that make up these licks is what you need to do. Remember, you can get to the backing track by finding it in the description below. You can practice doing that over the exact same backing track that I'm doing here. It's just there for you to use on my YouTube channel. So thanks a lot for watching. Remember to check out my website if you like my lessons and my way of teaching. You'll find a link to that above. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything. And if you've got any comments or questions, then feel free to leave them under here because I always reply to my comments. So I'll be back in touch very soon. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon in my next video. So have a great day, and I'll catch you then.